5.4 is around the corner, and why is it going to be a game changer? Let me explain in this video the next improvements of Unreal Engine, starting by my favorite one. So one of the tools I always use is Sequencer, and if you are like me more into linear content, it's gonna be a big part. And I'm quite happy to see that Greg Richardson and his teammates are currently working on a more appealing experience in the cinematic space by relooking our good old sequencer. Some of the new features presented here are fairly obvious for any video editor software, but it was missing quite a bit in sequencer. Being able to switch between visibility, mute, solo states with one click, with one overall clear vision of all tracks is priceless. No more right click and spend time searching for these features. And same things for the other features presented here, like the keyframe status indicator, which will give us the ability to tell if any property is keyed or not. Customizable filtering found in the content browser will be also added in the sequencer. So normally we'll be able to create any filter like the one in the content browser and do our own thing within the sequencer. So if you are working in a big project like production, this will be also a really good point. Everything in the sequencer will make the cinematic process easier and you'll be able to act like Denis Villeneuve. Staying in the sequencer, we'll also have the chance to see improvements in the animation authoring tools. With a further extensibility within Blueprint's Python APIs, we'll be able to create our own tools more easily directly within the sequencer. And talking about animation and sequencer, we'll have a brand new layered control rig system. That's something I really want to see, because it is for the moment a bit destructive and long process to create and add additive layers within the same sequencer. At the moment, you need to bake first your control rig in order to have access to new layers. You can always create an animation sequence, or a linked one, that you can reuse in other sequencer, in order to keep the first one clean. From there, you can redo the operation of baking and creating new layers. So this is going to be a feature that will improve quite a lot the overall process. Since 5.2, Unreal gave us a new procedural tool called PCG. And with 5.4, we'll normally see a lot of improvements like the micro scattering using Nanite. This will bring the realism to another level, and I can't wait to see this in action. We'll also have the ability to manual edit PTG graph to avoid any destructive workflow. We won't need anymore to convert any heavy things in order to tweak and adjust in details our graph. And one of the major announcements with it is the integration within UEFN. For all game creators and Fortnite's world creator, this is going to be also a really big game changer. And I can't wait to see what you guys gonna do with it. Another feature really important here is the next generation terrain landscape. For the moment in Unreal, you can create a landscape and you will sculpt and edit the shape of it only using height field. You can elevate it, create some holes, but that's all. Trying to understand the few lines we got here from Jean-Sébastien, we'll be able to have a powerful landscape mode using advanced 3D modeling tools. And more than anything else, official announcement of Nanite landscape tessellation. I've caught up this topic with the video here, but at the moment, everything's still in early experimental stage. So I'm sure we're going to have a new badass landscape mode. Talking about that, in the same video, I talked about displacement. This also will be official in the near future thanks to Nanite dynamic displacement. It will tessellate the mesh at runtime, and we are no longer talking about classical displacement here, because it won't really operate on the original mesh vertices. That means we could use lighter source mesh and reach the level of detail we want directly using Nanite dynamic displacement. We have an input in the material graph directly, and we'll be able to drive our displace directly from there, just like I showed you in this previous video. We'll have, of course, lots of improvements about the one I just talked about. Like, did you know that in Unreal Engine 5.4 we will have a brand new UI with new gizmo shapes? That's what I found in this forward-looking roadmap. We also have a beta status for Substrate, which is the new material creation system of Unreal currently under development. Conceptualized as slab of matter, we are able to get a highly realistic material in real time without using any real hardware ray tracing. It is also a big game changer for us. I was waiting for the beta version in order to create some tutorials for you guys in order to help you jump into this new system. Don't hesitate to download the content example of 5.3 version where you have a specific level for substrates. You'll be able to see in detail what's going on here. And what about you guys? What do you think? Which features are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video and see you next week.